Warning, I'm gonna be talking about the character, backgrounds of character and stuff. So this is gonna be a huge spoiler of everything because Suoh Shirahane's background does play a lot in the Printemps series. So if you guys haven't played Printemps in a while, I recommend you guys to play it a bit to give you guys some recap on how the game goes. Without further ado, let's get started.
私が欲したものは決して手に入らない。彼女との約束からつまびいた聖母祭での伴奏。でも私は彼女の期待に応えられるだろうか。失敗作の私が家族からの愛情を受けず、母に呪いを受け、何もつかむことができない私が、どうかこの一時だけアングレカムの花言葉を私に。
Flowers is a visual novel series with a very interesting take on its entry. It starts off basically as seasons. As you can see, the first one, Printemps, would be spring, Été would be summer, Automne would be autumn, and Hiver, last but not least, would be winter. So as you can see, it's clearly based on the winter summer based type of stuff, and it's very much season. I mean, the game is really like named itself like the tale of the girls who grows in seasons. So basically, I don't understand yet what that actually means, but I guess it means something around what you call it, so you know how they open up during these seasons and such. Without further ado, guys, let's get to the first character in Printemps that we all know when we play the first entry, which is Suoh Shirahane. Now, Suoh Shirahane is a very interesting character to start with because once you play the game at the start, it literally tells you everything you need to know about her. I mean, not really everything in detail, but it tells you enough of what's going on in her life currently and why she moved to St. Agricum. She moved into St. Agricum, which is, if you don't mind me saying, is a missionary and also a religious school with an amity partner system. During her time there, Shirahane has actually proven to change and also open up to a few people that she'll also eventually call friends. Not only that she played the protagonist role of Printemps, she actually ends up as a side for the next two series, but in Été, she actually has some play in it, which is not to mention a little bit, but that's still acceptable. As the player progresses, it's actually revealed that from the start, Suoh lives with her grandfather. Her mother passed away probably about 5 years after birth, and at 7 years old, her father remarried with a stepmother. It's unknown who actually her mother was. It was really mentioned little, but really little. By little, I'm talking about like the first phase type of thingy little. However, during halfway through the chapters, she mentions more and more of her stepmother, leading my read to actually find out and eventually everyone else. But without going any further, let's go back to the remarriage and also her whole starting life as a 7-year-old girl. Alright. After the remarriage, her stepmother was supposedly a musician who had her own son, possibly a single mother, that married with Suoh's father, and later adopted to the Shirahane household when Suoh was 7. Her mother is described by Suoh as the best, despite the little hints as given towards the player, and how she described her stepmother as more antagonistic rather than the tender loving that a son would get, or a child would get from their mom. Suoh has mentioned that her stepmother was actually teaching the two how to play piano, and she mentioned that this may be the start of everything. She describes that she was a natural at piano, whereas her stepbrother, or the stepmother's son, was messing up quite a lot. And Suoh believes that this might be the reason why her stepmother began building a small wall of hate against Suoh. As this continues, the lessons by her stepmother became more and more aggressive, possibly abusive, but Suoh states herself that this is a mental treatment. This is heavily proven by the ongoing episodes that Suoh has whenever she surrounds the piano, or even half the wood of it, or the wood of, stepmother. It is actually suggested that Suoh might have PTSD. In The Present of Flowers, she describes these episodes that she has as nauseous. She gets residual effects. She can actually see the shadow of her stepmother, and also hear the haunting voices of her own stepmother during the gameplay as well. And also the player can also hear it. It is actually proven that this mental pain and torture was actually taking its toll against Suoh, and she was clearly at a uncontrollable condition, although Suoh didn't really want anyone to know about this until Mairi overheard her begging for forgiveness towards her stepmother in the glass house at night. Now that might sound bad, but if you believe that's bad, here's a bit more. It actually is a bit more worse than it seems, because Suoh actually mentioned being in front of the stage with a lot of people and suggesting that Suoh has actually participated in a competition or recital of sort. While the location itself is really unclear, or the reason why she was there is unclear, Suoh actually claimed that she failed this recital due to a mistake. I'm not sure if it's tied with the lessons and the torture that has already set into her mind by her stepmother, or whether she had this episodes ever since she was being taught how to play. But she has mentioned that her stepmother was laughing at her backstage as she had embarrassed herself in front of everyone, even probably calling her. It wasn't really clear what happened after this, but that's probably all of the things that she mentioned about her stepmother. Within the family, Suoh claimed that her father had already separated from the stepmother that she has mentioned, possibly a personal matter, or either her father have noticed regarding how her stepmother was treating Suoh. Suoh then moved in with her grandfather, where she had to be homeschooled because she didn't really have a popular experience in school. At this point, you've probably already found out how much of a damage has her stepmother done to Suoh at this point. But during the playthrough of Printemps, Suoh has actually mentioned that Suoh would have people to talk to at her first days, but afterwards, after a week, she said that she has become annoying or would just get in the way for others. Suoh had also been mocked by a few boys for falling into a love letter prank, as she is introverted. It is unclear when, but Suoh was homeschooled afterwards, until her grandfather told her about school with a friend system, say Agacom Academy. Suoh wanted friends herself, therefore she actually talked through with her grandfather that she wanted to attend this boarding missionary school, which was actually worked out for her. During her time being homeschooled, Suoh has actually shared that she has been in a swimming club before nearby. And despite the experience is scary because she has to change in front of strangers, Suoh has also claimed that she watches own movies and reads books during her free time. I wish it was a game, to be honest. Alright, without further ado, that's probably the best I could come up with this character for now. I would give you a bit more insight, but of course this is just focusing on the background character of Suoh Shirahane. I thought I could stretch just like 15 minutes, but I think that's a bit too long. I thank you guys for tuning in. This is my first like documentary type of style video that looks into a character of their background and such. You guys can try out Flowers Printemps in the description below. You guys can also see my Let's Playthrough on it. Don't watch the first ones, they're fucking terrible. But I appreciate you guys spending the time watching, and also probably learning a bit about character development. in my opinion, Suoh is a interesting character actually compared to the others, because like at the start it did actually spoil a bit of a background, but at least we know what kind of personality she would pull up to. Without any more saying, guys, this is Dash for the Gas Mask. The background, the first series ever with Suoh Shirahane as the first. I might do more on different games as well, because maybe if I feel like it, I will. I'm planning to do one for Metro Exodus, maybe when it comes out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.